Here's the truth about using other people's money in real estate. Constantly in real estate, you hear about OPM, other people's money, leverage the bank's money, take out loans, but no one talks about the dirty side of what this business actually entails. There's a large part of real estate that's like viewed in the same way as like being a sleazy car salesman or like insurance companies. As glamorous as real estate may be, when you think about beautiful granite countertops and big houses with 4-car garages, there is an ugly side that I'm here to break down in this video. When you decide to do real estate, especially when you decide to do real estate using other people's money, you enter that world of like them. Like you become the man that everyone absolutely hates. The way people complain about big pharma, the way people complain about big government, the way people complain about big insurance companies, that is what you become the minute you start dealing with other people's money. In real estate, there's a huge opportunity, there's huge margins where you, using none of your own money, can make other people a lot of money while also making yourself a lot of money. It's truly a blessing when everything goes right. This is a business model that I've literally made a living off of the last 5 years of my life. And it was extremely life-changing when it first started. It was a lot of fun. Everyone loves you because we were in one of the most booming markets like America has ever seen. We were fortunate to start our real estate business in 2019, right before the pandemic hit, where interest rates were historically low and profit margins on fix and flips were historically high. So it was so easy for us to borrow money from people, flip a house, pay them back with interest or with profits, and pay ourselves. Buyers flooded the market because they can borrow money at cheap amounts because interest rates were low. So every single property we did was like gold. It was flying off the shelf. None of our properties set on the market longer than 2 weeks. Unfortunately, this gave a false sense of what real estate actually was. So let's get into the truth about real estate. So picture this, you're doing a fix and flip and you're in phase 1, the renovation. And now you're renovating the property and nothing goes as planned. Unforeseen repairs, permit delays, taxes increase, insurance increases, you have issues with your contractor. Every single day that passes during this phase, you lose money. You owe your partners, you owe banks more interest because interest is based on time. So one unforeseen issue that might cost you $10,000 and 2 more months, one permitting issue that might cost you another month. Just like that, a property that was gonna make you $50,000 might only be making you $30,000 and you haven't even finished the renovation. But then you finally make it out the other side, you finish your renovation and it's time to put the property on the market. But because of the delayed time, you are now in a different market. Interest rates have gone up. Properties are not selling as quickly. Buyers are no longer interested in borrowing money at 7% interest. And now you're faced with a decision. Stand firm on your projected sales price and potentially lose money because now it takes longer to sell, or simply drop the price, lose money. Maybe you sell it quicker, but you at least have fixed the amount that you're going to lose. This decision right here can drive you crazy if you're using other people's money, because how can you discern what is best for your partner's investment? This is the part of OPM that no one prepares you for. I speak for myself and so many other investors. When you raise capital using other people's money, no matter how many times you tell them, real estate involves risks. Nothing is guaranteed. We can take a loss. We might have to pivot this way. Every single time they nod their head smiling, yes, I fully understand. And they can sign a 20, 30, 50-page document saying that they understand this until the deal actually loses money. Then suddenly you are to blame. They threaten to sue. They talk like you lied to them. You're committing fraud. They assume you're hiding something and they forget everything you explained to them from the beginning about not just this deal, but real estate in general. And just like that, as I explained at the beginning, you are now them. You are they. You are the man. You are what is wrong with society today. Which, while that is true and that is what you signed up for when you decided to get into the nasty business of real estate, especially real estate using other people's money, 2 things can be true at the same time. And that is that people want return on investment without risk. People want upside without downside. And the second a loss happens, emotions take over. Now, I'm going to shoot an entirely different video of how to mitigate some of these issues, how to prepare for them, how to better align yourself with the right partners. But just to stay focused, the whole purpose of this video is just to warn or prepare people who are excited about using other people's money to do real estate, doing real estate 100% money down, doing real estate using none of your own money, all of the exciting buzzwords that gets everyone pumped to join this beautiful yet disgusting industry called the real estate industry. Someone on the internet has to keep it real about exactly what you're signing up for, and that's what this video is for. Real estate can make you wealthy. Real estate can retire you early. Real estate can set you and your family up for a prosperous future and legacy. But anything that has the power to do all of those beautiful things also are likely expensive, unpredictable, emotional, risky, imperfect, stressful, and most importantly, not guaranteed. This business isn't clean, it isn't easy, and it isn't always profitable. But if you can stomach that reality, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that's when you truly become an investor. Even speaking for myself, our first 3 years of success doing millions of dollars in real estate and making a ton of money, I wasn't truly an investor until I finally had a deal go bad. It's not just about when you're winning, but it's how you survive and learn from the losses. So if you think about investing, using other people's money, raising capital, make sure you understand both sides, because the dirty side of real estate, that's the side that makes or breaks the investor. So ask yourself, is this something I truly want to do? If not, pick a different industry, because in order to survive in real estate, you have to be fully invested and have conviction in every single part of real estate, the good and the bad. If you enjoyed this video and want transparent and authentic truth about real estate and how to operate a business at a high level, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I post a ton of content just like this, helping people not only get started in real estate, but survive real estate. Not just through hustle, grit, and motivation, but through scalable and predictable systems that allow you to run a real estate business without stress and without wanting to quit. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share if you know someone else who might need to hear this about real estate before diving in, and I'll see you on the next video.